What's up, guys? Sunday night. It's like 9, not even 9:30 yet. Dude, it just feels so late. I went to the store. There's people on the street, but it just feels kind of like desolate and lonely out there. And it's getting cold again. It was hot yesterday. Whatever, San Antonio, Texas weather. So I'm gonna do a book review. Bentley Little, The Return, and I won't beat around the bush. This wasn't very good, in my opinion. Bentley Little is a really good writer. Like, The Store. I haven't read too many of his books, actually. I've read like 4 or 5 now, but I remember I read The Store, which is really good. I reviewed The Mailman a couple of weeks or months ago. That one was good. But The Return, so let me just... And I'm going to try to keep this short, but I have a lot to say about this one. So, Springerville is famous for the legend of the Mogollon Monster. Of course, nobody really believes it. It's just a good campfire story, something to attract gullible tourists until an excavation team unearths the figurine of a screaming woman, the jawbone of a deformed animal, and a child's toy. How odd that they were buried together. Odd, too, is the foul odor lingering in the air, the strange noises at night, and the man's face found hanging from a tree. Now the locals are locking their doors, because after sundown, campfire stories can seem very, very real. This is that's not a very good description of what happens in this book. So the Mogollon Monster, I've actually heard of that. It's like a Bigfoot legend in Nevada or New Mexico, wherever this takes place. I can't remember. So I was like, cool. Benton Little wrote a Bigfoot horror novel. Nope. So I'll try to explain it as quick and easily as I can. So yeah, they excavate. They're finding like burials or just old relics from the Anasazi people, which I looked them up. It's very interesting about the Anasazi. So there was like a monster. They find a skull. And the main character is just get his name. There's 2 main characters. Glenn and I can't remember the girl like he hooks up with. Whatever. So Glenn and his girlfriend are the main characters, but they don't really have much to do in this book. So like they unearth this skull, and just weird stuff starts to happen. People start disappearing. That's the main thing. People are going crazy, and then they go take the skull to another archaeologist. They stop in a little town. There's like everybody's gone. They see some murals in a church, and like they have to do with the skull. They go to the archaeologists they were sent to. Then they go back to where they came from, and their archaeological group is gone. They've just disappeared. I figured the monster took them. Turns out, no. They just disappeared into thin air. They just went into another... They never really explain. They go into like another dimension or something, or another world. I'm gonna jump around. And then there's a part where there's like a tourist place with old ruins where you can go see, and this tour guide, he's like a ranger. He's explaining to his group what they're gonna see, and then just all these cars pull up, all these people get out and just kill the tourist group. And they're like, the people that attack them are like all raggedy looking or almost animalistic. And they slaughter everyone in the group. So it's okay, this is pretty wild. That was cool. And then they go into one of the ruins and they all disappear. Just again, they just wink out of our existence. And so does the ranger. He's like, feels compelled. So I was like, okay, they just slaughtered like, I don't know, 20, 30 people. That should be a big thing. Nope, they never mention it again. The main character, Glenn, and his girlfriend, she's like a teacher slash archaeologist. Like she's not an archaeologist, but she like dabbles in it anyway. So they're just driving from place to place. They're not, all this stuff that's happening doesn't really concern them. And then like these little towns in like New Mexico and Nevada, Colorado, for Utah, they start going to war. Like they're fighting with spears and guns and trucks and like turrets on it. They're like massacring these little towns. They're massacring each other, and I was like, that would seem like a big deal. Like the National Guard's gonna come in. And that was cool. That was a really crazy, cool idea. Nope. The towns kill each other. They're fighting. They're having wars. It seems like towns all over the Southwest are fighting each other, but nothing comes from that either. You never really hear about it again. The main characters don't even know this is happening, and they're just driving around. And then the town that Glenn is like staying at, towards the end of the book, that town just disappears. Like it just all the buildings, cars, people, animals, everything, just gone. So at this time, finally, like the government's getting involved, military, but they really don't do anything. Like it's more about Glenn and his girlfriend and like their little group, which is very like Stephen King like. And at this point, the book's almost over. I stopped caring. I had read some reviews that said how like he just wrapped it up, like he just wanted to get it over, and it just seemed like Bentley Little was just at some point maybe he had an idea, like he had an idea in the beginning, but at some point he just lost it and just wrote whatever. He's like, it just seemed like he just wanted to wrap it up and finish it, because and these monsters are behind it all. So they're trying to find the monsters, but where are you gonna? It seems like all this stuff is happening in 4 different states. But in the book, they just know where to find them. They're like, electricity will kill them, and we'll just kill it, and everything will go back to normal. It's very weird. I didn't like it. It started out good, like it would have just been like a Bigfoot killing people in the desert. That would have been cool. Or the towns fighting and like going to war with each other. And those are just a few pages. They're pretty descriptive. Like it's everyone, just townspeople killing each other with spears and axes and guns. And they're like they descended into savagery. But yeah, it's not really what this book is about. Like Glenn's girlfriend's dad goes crazy, and then like you see him remembering like he was in war and how much he liked killing people. But then really nothing happens. There's so many loose ends, and that's how I think a lot of books are gonna be. This is one of those books where it just has no clear purpose. So many characters, stories are left unresolved. And by the end, I didn't care. So, Bentley Little in return, I would give it just a 2 out of 5, just because I like Bentley Little so much. I would suggest only reading it just if you're just like a super fan of Bentley Little and you just want to read everything. Yeah, but no. And this is from 2002, I think. Let me see. Yeah. But I will read his other books. Like, I would like to read The Walking. I don't know if that's actually like zombies. Like, he has really good ideas, and he comes at horror in a totally unique way, but this was just a total miss. Yeah. Not a Christmas thing, but another thing, there's no good characters in this. And I was thinking, like, movies have good characters. But movies aren't usually written as well as books. But then, I've been reading a lot of Dreadstar comics. Those are awesome. So many great characters in Dreadstar. But there's really no one, like, Glenn was kind of a... I didn't like him after a while. There was really nothing, no characterization to anyone in this. That's another thing. So, yeah, it's another book. I think I've read 17 books this year. I want to get it up just as much as maybe. I'd like to say I could read 30 in a year, but that's a lot. So I just wanted to talk about this book, get back to some movies, and just let me know what you think. If you like Bentley Little, or what you're reading, or what you're watching, anything. Just be in touch.